Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 4 o'clock to 4:30 p.m. session of the 2022 OpenSimulator Community Conference. In this session, we are pleased to introduce the presentation, Virtual World Use, Examples in the Metaverse. Our speaker is Salie Davis. Salie is primarily involved in virtual worlds to support the open source community through creation of content and offering knowledge-based support. Please check out the website found at conference.opensimulator.org for speaker bios, details of the sessions, and the full schedule of events. This session is being live streamed and recorded, so if you have any questions or comments during the session, you may send tweets to @OpenSimCC with the hashtag #OSCC22. Welcome, everyone. Let's get started. Over to you, Salie.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone, for being here. My co-presenter beside me is also me. So I just like to show people the versatility.
Salie, if you're speaking, you might be muted. Try again.
Okay, how's that?
You sound great. It was probably me. My apologies.
Okay, well, again, thank you, everyone. My co-presenter beside me is also me. I like to kind of show what the virtual world has to offer. So today I'm talking about specifically the multiverse and metaverse for BPO and corporate applications. So one thing that I have discovered is metaverse is the new go-to word. So from the multiverse to the metaverse, what companies need to know? You need to cut through the marketing hype, know the definitions, understand that with fast-moving technology, no one is an expert in the metaverse. So today, I want to talk about how you can explore your options, look for leaders, not newcomers, and be a first mover. So from individual islands to connected cities, the multiverse meets the metaverse. The multiverse meets its own industrial age as it helps companies prepare for the coming metaverse. Virtual world environments bring people together across distances to engage in interactive, immersive environments. Slow adaptation and technology barriers are quickly dissolving with increased demand and interest in this new, quote unquote, new environment. As you can see in these examples of classroom or meeting room environments, computers that are in-world are fully functional for the avatar. Slide board presentations, noteboards, video players, and more exist in virtual worlds. These are functional tools for your virtual business needs. In cutting through the marketing hype, businesses must ask, why explore the multiverse and coming metaverse? Well, simply put, you need to attract new customers through integrated and digitally enabled solutions that provide superior products and service. You need to build brand loyalty in these new technologies and maintain reliable customer support, all while proactively engaging the customer in the virtual environment. You need to create connections by embracing new technological solutions in data-driven, immersive environments. You need to connect with customers anywhere, on any channel. So in order to succeed in this environment, you need to understand the terminology. Now, what I'm about to say, some of you already know, but for the sake of anyone who sees this through YouTube later on, you need to know the definitions. So the metaverse is a hypothetical future counterpart of the internet, consisting of immersive virtual reality with persistent and continuous space and a seamless interface. Current examples of the metaverse exist only in science fiction, such as The Matrix. The multiverse is an established immersive virtual reality with a collection of diverse spaces that are often connected through a shared interface. Examples of platform-based user-generated content are OpenSimulator and Second Life, as well as Roblox and Minecraft. Examples of web-based user-generated content are 3D Worlds and Decentraland. Now, Web 3.0 is the stage of internet services focused on a machine-based understanding of data to provide more intelligent, connected, and open websites. Current examples are smart homes connected to services like Apple Siri, Google Home, or Amazon Alexa, which are also able to manage your shopping and entertainment options, control smart appliances, and monitor your health, all accessible from multiple devices. So, there are some other definitions you also want to consider when comparing the metaverse, multiverse, and Web 3.0. OpenSimulator. I'm a big fan of OpenSimulator. It is a multi-platform, multi-user application used to create 3D virtual environments, but it's accessed through a variety of clients with multiple protocols. But is it the metaverse? Though users can visit other OpenSimulator virtual worlds, globally using hypergrid protocols, it is at best the beginning of an open distributed metaverse, just the beginning. OpenSim through the years has been run on USB drives, personal computers, both on and offline, and through multiple types of players and shared interfaces, such as Singularity and Firestorm. It is usually accessed on a PC, however. Tablets and other platforms are currently being developed and improved. But what are some other platform players in the multiverse? Roblox, Minecraft, and Epic can only be accessed through their designed players, though they are available to be played on most devices. Often, each device requires a separate purchase. 3D Web Worlds and Decentraland are designed for web browsers. Theoretically, they should be available on multiple devices with varying performance issues. One platform making a closed virtual space doesn't meet the qualifications of a metaverse. A metaverse would theoretically combine all of the above. So who is metaverse focused? Noted technology giants want to be the first movers, but their main experiences come from Web 3.0 developments. They may be focused, but they are late arrivals. Facebook Meta, Oculus VR, Facebook Horizon, Microsoft Mesh, all of these are experimenting with virtual worlds, acquiring and building platforms, and investing a lot of equity, but they miss the mark. The metaverse needs to be omnipresent and found everywhere. No current platform fits this requirement. Now, the main reason I've gone into this much detail is because as a business, if you're looking to explore the metaverse and people are claiming to be experts or claiming that the metaverse is here, then they're not really understanding what the metaverse is. So you have to, as a business, understand with fast-moving technology, no one is an expert in the metaverse. Business process outsourcing, BPO, which is the company that I work for is a major global BPO. It is ever evolving. From video conference room, email chat, and snail mail, this is where we all began, especially with work from home. I've been doing that for over 11 years, so I was working home before working home became cool over the past couple of years. Video and audio chat to telecommunications. These have moved into work from home. Now we're getting into AI chatbots, scripted infobots, and real-world agents in virtual worlds as avatars. Customer service options need to be inexpensive and easily adapted. Your business needs to have an evolving approach to talent management. It needs to be secure and flexible. The business environment is increasing in its complexity. It requires your business to adapt to an accelerating digital transformation. Examples will include virtual training and engagement. Those are entering into this virtual environment very quickly. The business world is already virtual. So it's really something that as a business, if you haven't realized up to this point, you're already behind your competitors. So being that the business world is already virtual, the next step is virtual reality. AI has advanced and has been in virtual worlds for almost a decade. Working from home has been normalized. Virtual worlds are more effective in team building activities than traditional distance business applications, as they create a space where team members can virtually interact, thus gaining a sense of active participation. COVID has accelerated this digital adoption. Customers expect support no matter where they are or how they reach out, and are embracing the virtual environment for much of their personal and business needs. Interacting in the virtual world environment has been proven to increase emotional bonds among participants. These environments have been proven in studies to reduce social anxiety and increase creativity. The virtual multiverse is effective for both employee and customer interactions. As a business, you need to understand with fast-moving technology, no one is an expert in the metaverse. I've been studying the metaverse as a researcher, as an educator, throughout my whole master's degree for over 6 years, almost 8 years. But no one is an expert in the metaverse. You need to explore your options. The digital landscape is ever evolving, and the next generation of customers, they want choices in how they want to connect and interact. An omnichannel strategy supports current customers while preparing your company for success in the coming metaverse. Companies need to strategically leverage the insights that the existing multiverse has to offer in order to engage with new customers who demand these new technologies. Your strategy needs to be developed now to maintain cost efficiency and customer satisfaction. Gen Z is already in the multiverse. Gen Z prefers self-service for low complexity issues. They are comfortable with AI for repetitious interactions. Gen Z is ready for live agents assisting as avatars for high complexity tasks. There has been a 20% increase in Web 3.0 and new technologies over the previous generation. Over 50% have created avatars in multiverse games and social media. Over 30% purchase digital goods, virtual goods, or cryptocurrency. Some surveys claim these statistics can range as much as 30% higher. The multiverse encompasses all of the omnichannel options your business uses for customer support with access through any web device. Interactive voice response, voice and non-voice channels, including AI, artificial intelligence, chatbots, and live agents as avatars, or through traditional interactions. So, when you're beginning to explore this opportunity as a business, you need to look for leaders, not newcomers. Entry of multiverse players and leaders in the metaverse movement have included Second Life, Roblox, Minecraft. Those are just a few. These are top examples of the multiverse players that are over 10 years old and still in existence. Entry of newcomers in the metaverse movement include 3D Web Worlds, Cyber Lounge, the Sandbox, and Decentraland. These are examples of web-based multiverse players new to the game, but still in existence. Though not as advanced, the newcomers, being web-based, are valuable to explore. The technology, support, and business applications exist in the multiverse platforms and are excellent entry-level points for businesses new to the virtual environment. But you must choose your entry point wisely to avoid losses in time and resources in preparing for the metaverse. So, one way to look at how you can make your decisions and prepare is considering the average time investment. Average end users value time investment. I spend about 20 minutes as a researcher on my initial investigations on average. My follow-up time is around 10 minutes. After that, if I do not have smooth interactions within 5 minutes of entry, I draw my conclusions and I move on. In this chart, I have been generous in my estimations. I've collected and analyzed 6 years of data for the sites I use. The average stay of an experienced virtual visitor on a well-developed virtual space is 20 minutes. A general user just browsing is an average of 15 minutes. However, new entrants, people who are just coming into this virtual environment, just 3 minutes. That's all you get. Employees or other professional learners in the workforce will commit to 30 minutes of personal time to initially learn a new platform. For most general activities, 15 minutes on average. If an employee or professional learner is not getting paid for their time, you will lose them in 5 minutes or less in a poorly developed environment. A client may be willing to invest an hour for the initial introduction to a new environment. If you impress them, then they will be willing to explore on average 30 minutes at a time. If they are not experiencing a smooth interaction, 10 minutes is a generous estimate of time commitment before they lose interest in what you're offering. Okay. Now, the world around us is constantly redefining itself. You need to evaluate potential multiverse platforms and address top concerns. So, what are some top BPO concerns when considering multiverse platforms? When preparing your business for the adoption of a multiverse platform, these primary concerns must be addressed. Any viable platform should already have easily accessible data on security features, performance statistics, compliance statistics, policies on intellectual property, and the ability to move to other platforms without loss or penalties. In addition, your company needs to reimagine the role of customer support. Your business needs to combine traditional customer support with more flexible, non-traditional delivery methods. By investing in technology to connect teams in the coming virtual business world to maintain your competitive edge. What are some of examples of corporate uses in virtual worlds? Well, the multiverse can accommodate your company's business process throughout the life cycle of virtual employees, talent acquisition, job fairs, virtual applications, interviews, hiring and onboarding, virtual training, company meetings, and team building activities. The virtual world can easily secure company branding that has unlimited options. They are inexpensive and easily adapted. Ensure customer loyalty through an easily accessible digital experience that provides a fun, friendly user experience. So if the slide's not quite up yet, the next slide is images taken from the OSCC22 Avicon grid. The designers of these spaces are incredible. Imagine these as job fair booths, informational booths, or offices for virtual interviews. So I just had to throw that in there and give a kudos because OSCC is fantastic designers in their virtual spaces. There we go. Some other things you want to consider as a business when exploring multiverse platforms are, does it have a paywall for customer access? That's very important. Does it require payment for you to create in-world content? Does it have an open market system that is not limited to platform currency? Who owns your content? Is there vendor lock-ins, or are you able to back up your content and take it with you to other vendors? This research was completed within limited time frames, but it gives you a general idea. If the information is not easy to find, people are going to assume, the businesses will assume the results. Again, we cannot all be experts on every option being offered. So if you are a developer, you need to make sure that all this information that I'm mentioning is out there and easily accessible so that the business isn't going to make assumptions. So how close are multiverse leaders to metaverse goals? Identity versatility is stable and widespread in OpenSim. It allows for complete customizations with near endless possibilities. Roblox and Minecraft have design options within set parameters, and current options in web-based virtual worlds like 3D web worlds and Decentraland are closed regarding system choices. But expanding options may allow for limited versatility rapidly. Locations and design options are near endless in OpenSim. Roblox, 3D web worlds, Decentraland, and Minecraft are all currently limited to system designs. Social capacity is limited by end user adoption. Now, Roblox and Minecraft are leaders in user numbers. OpenSim has a large base of options for an open e-commerce platform, including closed currency such as Kitely credits or PayPal, and digital or virtual currency such as Bitcoins or Gluobit. Roblox and Minecraft.
Salie,
oh, yes.
Thank you very much for a wonderful presentation. I am sorry to interrupt. I stopped at slide 18 if you want to share the rest of your content in the local chat. Thank you, Salie, for an informative and interesting presentation. As a reminder to our audience, you will want to check out the conference.opensimulator.org to see what is coming up on the conference schedule. You won't want to miss our next session, which will begin at 4:30 in the keynote region, and it is entitled Free Open Source User Content Production in OpenSimulator. We also encourage you to visit the OSCC22 Poster Expo and the OSCC Expo 3 region to find accompanying information on the presentations and explore the hypergrid resources in OSCC Expo 2 region, along with our sponsor and crowdfunder booths located throughout all of the OSCC Expo regions. Thank you again, Salie, for the wonderful session, and to our audience.